Good morning. It is 0300 hours, 55 minutes. And it's Monday, April 1st, 2019. When we start off, hope everybody had a great, great time of a weekend, great day. Hope your year is going great. We hit the first semester, or this is the first quarter of the year, January, February, March, April. We're not completely done because April is not complete. But no calendar day is complete. This is how I look at it. Your birthday start your new year. I no longer the year because if we go by the actual year, then the year don't start until I wanted to say it's not January 1st. It's supposed to be between April and June. That's when the new year starts. But I will get into all that because that's not the topic of the day. The topic is love and binding. As I stated before, bonded to each other. A bond means togetherness, and the togetherness is matry. So matrimony, the cord. The cord symbolizes the three-ring cord, the completion of life. The dual spirituality is man and woman. There's always a male part, female part. The woman is the womb, the shell that signifies fertility. The man signifies, and see, I didn't say symbol or insignia, signifies. That means that's the sign. That's the only way. It's natural. And the man signifies stability. And he's the seed. The seed goes into the womb. The shell is created. The man protects and guards the womb. And he makes sure the baby is healthy and the woman is safe. Because when a woman get pregnant, she get weaker. She lose her life essence. Essence of her goes to the child. His seed is strong enough, but his protection helps guard. And she weakens. So while she is weakened, the man is there to guard all things that she normally can guard off. But that's when they work together within why it's called the universe. 2 on to 1, the completion of life is still 3. 2 on to 1, complete a life. That baby is the third. So the king back, the creator do not interfere with us. That's why he's called the Father, the Creator Almighty. Name a time the Father interfered, only to guard and protect. Name the time the create. Why don't need to save you? If I'm guiding you and you're listening and I'm challenging you and you're understanding, I don't need to come do nothing else. I'm not here that because that's the whole purpose of growth. So if we think about the word bind, that's bending, that's giving leeway. But why do I want to bind you? I don't want to keep you there. I want to be together. I want to show you love. And I'm learning and if you're paying attention, watch the world. We're going farther away from love. Anything that try to create equality is wrong. There is no such thing as equality. The simplest understanding of equality is to be the same. If a man is going to be the same as a woman and a woman going to be the same as a man, what is the purpose of man and woman? So now let's go back to what man and woman is. The woman is fertility. The man is stability. So if you're going to be equal, then guess what you're going to do? And this is where I draw the line, because if you're going to say, if you're going to be equal to me, that means I don't have to defend you. So I should be there. Go show me, go show me, go show me, go show me, and go show me again a man ever having a baby. I'll wait. I'll wait. A man that's born a man with the male part, the male organ with testosterone over 1,000. What's the the thousand balance, the pH balance of testosterone for a man is over, I want to say 1100 or 1200. When he hits the 2000 mark, he's more such as a bodybuilder, or he's doing things that's heightening it, but that's okay because that's not his testosterone level his whole life. And a woman testosterone that she have in her is very very low because her estrogen is at 600, and testosterone in the woman, only the highest spike it only can add up to 100 or 200 more. So if a woman estrogen level is 600 and you give her a testosterone, she can make it to probably 700, 800 to the highest. Any higher than that, she's close to being a man. But this is how where love come in. And if you want to say equality, there would never be a such thing. Even for two men, I would never be equal to another man. I grew to 6'5", and they say he's 5'8". There's no equality. Only thing we get is, now if you asking me to treat you fair, let's be fair with one another. Cool. That's when now under love, which is I'm gonna do the power of oneness. If I have the spiritual energy to do it today, I'm gonna do it today. But I know I'm gonna do it sometime this week. Depends how the spirit lead me. And so when love come into play, the understanding of man and woman should be stronger. And this is what happens. I I, I, I didn't write it down because it was in the vision in my dream in my sleep of what this can be. Now, when you take out love, you have to replace it. And as people, if you take out love and replace it, everything you're going to do is going to sound as, and this is where I want to guide and challenge people now. I want you to really think about this. Now, start putting your mind and your heart into this. If I love you, what do you want to see happen for me? If you have love in you, don't say, I'm not going to say I love you. No, take that out. I have love inside of myself already. Let's go with, let's go from there because I don't want to get to somebody loving you yet. Because the first love is self-love. Your parents is your first example of what love is. Or somebody that's your guardian. Whether it's your parent, somebody in your life, in the beginning part of your life. I say beginning because it can happen when you're a baby. It can happen when you're 7 years old, 6 or 5. You're going to see an example of love. Now, what the example of love is, and this is where we get confused on love instead of nurtured or groomed. This is what I'm going to use with these two words in a good way, which is supposed to. You're going to have an uncle, an aunt, a cousin, brother, sister, mother, father, grandparents, depends on the family structure or the dynamics. Somebody's going to show you love. But what the world do is tell you how love looks. Think about it. Think about all the things I said about if you take words, now you define the words to me. You don't let me figure out the words. So if I take fire, I'm not gonna tell you it's called fire yet. You're gonna say, what is that? I say, what do you think it is? Then you might have a name for it. I'm gonna say, okay. You're gonna say, why does it feel that way against my skin? I'm gonna say, how does it feel? I'm not gonna see, and this is the thing about love. About life with people. We can't tell them what it is yet. We have to guide them and challenge them because the first truth is you to understand what you're saying and doing. I can't tell you that if you can shoot the basketball better, if you go out there and practice and you move your iron a certain way, until you pick up that ball and you aim it towards the basket and you push it, release it, let it flow, glide out, however, whatever words you want to use. You don't know how that basketball feel to go into the. You don't know the feeling. So I can't tell you the feeling or the fire or how to release the ball. I can't. I can give you example of when I do it. And then when you go to do it, all I can do is ask you. When you a teacher or a trainer, you supposed to ask them how it feel. There are techniques on certain things which you will want to have already. But in most such situation is love. I don't want to bind you to love. I want to guide you. I want to challenge you. I want you to see for your own self. Oh wow, this is how love feel. This is how love look. This is how I react. This is what is coming from you. So that's why I say matrimony together, the core, because you got to know all these things symbolize. And if you've been following me for a while, you will hear me say a lot of things repetitively. So while you're touching this child is touching this fire, I don't want that child. I don't want to give that child no clue of what's in my mind. I know what I feel when I touch fire. I know what to call it. I know what to. I have all the names. I don't want to give them no names. Just like if you name your child, that's the child. Like my name for the child is to get to give a child a name so I can call by association. Until my child, what I'm going to do with my child, I'm going to give him the decision. This is not your name. I'm calling you. I gave you the name to give you association. So amongst 1,000 people, when I say Hefa Saiba or Ota Williams III, you recognize that I'm calling you. But for your name, you don't have to name yourself that. Whatever you want, that's what you're going to do because that's for you. You cannot tell your child, and this is what we're doing. We can't tell people what is what. All I can do is give an advice or a counsel, lead them into like what is the how do I make something? How do I cook the food? I can say, hey, this is part to make this type of food. Here's the ingredients. This is how I do it. Now, when you do it, you still need certain things. You don't. This is a need, but that fire, I can't tell them. Then now they say, what is this called? I'm gonna say now it's fire. And why was it hurt in my hand? Because when that fire hit your hand, it's not part of you. Fire is designed for sterilization and it's designed to destroy it. And it could bring about new life. There's three things fire does. Fires just don't destroy and cause you to choke and turn everything black. It sterilizes. And when it gets sterilized, it can bring about new life. But it's how now, which is what we got to understand. Love to bind is, I don't want to bind you to love. I want to bring you into. Every time we talk about being great, we say, I am in. I have this feeling. It came from within. I am doing this from within. I am going to, I'm inside my house. I am in love. I don't use fall into love. You can't fall. And that comes from the stem of how the religion part of it, the fall into the woman womb. See, on earth, the naturalness of man and woman, he penetrates her, impregnate. It's not a fall. It has to take a certain organ had to penetrate into the other organ. It wasn't through no spirit. In which that spirit it's not from. It's not from us. And you have to figure out where it's from. So it was binded. It's not negative. I'm not saying the word bind is negative. That's why I say a love, semicolon, bind. But when we're binding things, we're putting it together, but we're not allowing it to bond. We're not talking about allowing it to have a togetherness. So this is what I learned. In the process and the maturation is the maturity of love. We are given example to what I learned so far. Women definition of a man is from the man that's their father, uncle, or the men around them. Some of them don't like the definition, so what they do is create. And this is where the creator now. This is part where the creator touched me. I'm gonna put that in my thing at 15:39 when I start talking about it. How what we can and what we doing with why the creator showed me this. Now it's different. Now you can take it, you can take it, you can leave it. You can say that don't make sense. You can say that don't have enough of understanding. But to me, the understanding of this is it have to be that when I show my daughter a man, I am her example. Okay? But I also have to show my daughter I'm her example. But when she goes out there, I'm an example. I want to say this again. It sound crazy to people. With my daughter, I have a daughter, if I have a son, I am the example. You know why I am the example? Because for what I did with her mother and what my son and daughter seen, guess what they're going to have to do? They're got to go create their form and build their own family. I cannot tell my son, this is how you approach a woman and this is how it's going to work. Because if I do that, my son and daughter is going to be in for a rude awakening. They're going to be very disappointed because they're going to use things as the old days or my father showed me. The creator told me, no, I can't. You cannot do what your parents and mother do because the actions of your father is going to be different from any other man. The actions from your mother is going to be different from any other woman. But there's things you can already have. That's what the example is for. It's to say, well, my father didn't holler at me. Why would I be the man that holler at me? Not that my father gave me everything. Well, guess what? That man didn't birth you. Guess what? You don't owe that young lady nothing yet. You don't know her. Your initial meeting with any person you meet is meet and greet. That means I want to get to know you. Get to knowing someone do not involve money. It do not to go beyond. Now you can choose that. But if that's already your bind into what you want from a person, I don't have to say this to you. And millions of us going to agree. Billions of people on this earth right now is going to agree. We're all going to be single. You're single. I'm not one of the guys that have a girlfriend. I'm not married. I'm not well versed in living with a woman, but I know the creator and my ancestors are speaking to me. It's trying to tell us something. And these something is telling us we are an example. But you got to do it. You got to do your work. Whether he have money or not, whether she's nurturing or not, you got to find the person you're going to seek out. I always say this to my cousin and my nephew and my male cousins. But then my female cousins that now they don't look at me as crazy. Because I was never trying to tell them what to do. Because when you talk, if you listen to how I even talk, or if you ever spoke with me, I don't never tell you what to do. I tell you, these is the lines. I don't draw past the line. So my lines, I don't desire. I can look, and this is what I know about binding. Binding is telling me over and over this is what it is, and then when you go to do it, you got to have your own mind about it. I have my own mind about it. I don't want to see no naked woman, and that won't be the woman because when I go outside, what's hers, I want me and her to only know about it. What's mine, I only want her and me. I can show you that I went on vacation, but I don't want her showing y'all my bank account. I don't want her to show, I can show you I put in a stock, but I don't want her to show you my stock portfolio unless that's what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? Unless that's what you're trying to show to the masses, because you don't supposed to care. Because when you go in with love, is 101, mano y mano. I don't care what your father and mother showed you. Because you're going to get to a point, because your mother and father are not laying down in that bed with that person. Y'all not in that. Your mother is right now in my apartment. You've seen it on my other lives. I'm in my apartment, and I allow a woman to enter into my apartment. And my windows closed and my door shut. We watching TV. We talking about life. We playing the game together. We eating and talking. We enjoying one each other. Even when we go out in the car, all the intimate spots. Nobody can't create that for y'all. Only YouTube. Tony is called YouTube and it's YouTube. This is my mission. This is what I know I'm supposed to be doing. Sounds silly to you. So when you creating these moments, those examples that's why they're called examples. You can plug them in, you can place them, you can take them out, you can add them in. You can kind of like utilize them, you can kind of not utilize them because you might get an example that you never seen, but you can't run to nobody else. Only person that you run into is that person now that you is in love with. See how you're no longer binding yourself? You're creating a togetherness. And if all of your thoughts, all of your ways, I don't use the word always. It was another word I want to start using. Not always. Forever. For is together. Ever. Together. So instead of always, because there are always, there's many ways. But for the way for you to, in this case, this case, this moment, these events, these situations, these togetherness, we'll probably label, and we'll most such as label as binding, what to take of and what to not take of. So when you doing all of these different things, your makeup or the togetherness for this person. Let me write this down, the binding, so I can have this correct to you. Okay. So I hope you now, even though there's a live recording, I want to do the discussion board. I want to speak. Let's discuss this because what I want us to start doing, I want us to start getting back to love. And now it is 24, I'm going to say 20 at the 20. I keep doing 39. I'm going to play that number. 24, 39. But now, this is what the Creator gave me. Now, the spiritually, it's all spiritual. What we got to do back to love is stop trying to make the first greeting date about money. No more about money. Because as we keep going towards money, I'm going to do another live based on the money. And then check out my Instagram. I'm going to do a little article, like I call a post, a timeline on money and what the creator gave me about money. And this is the gist of it, but I'm going to write it out a different way because this is less words you can use. It's like I can have many parts, but then I'm speaking now about it. Okay, let's go. If we really want love, think about it in your own heart. What is love to you? What make up? Let's go. Let's go. What makes up love? Now, in your process, did love have anything to do with buying you a gift? How much money somebody's spending on you? Income? Your career, your profession? And to name one more thing, how much it costs. Think about that. Think about love. Because nobody ever done this. I know they haven't. Nobody sit down and really thought about what do love. I have. I speak on a lot of things I know the basis of, and I speak on a lot of things that I have a walk through in life. As I said, I started doing this, speaking on lives, to show people that inside. See, when you hear stories, when you hear the story at the beginning, oh man, I built myself up. When do you next time you hear the story? After that person now. So example, Tyler Perry, he was homeless. We heard his beginning story, but nobody documented his middle story. That's that inside of that storm. That's what I'm doing. That's why I be mindful of the things I say. I would never say I don't want to be married, but I know I want to be married, but not under the marriage union of the earth way, the way that's the contracted way, that don't make up love. Shall I use make up love again? Make up. What don't make up? Make up. I'm going up. I'm creating, forming, building, make. It requires bricks. It requires dynamic structure, naturalness. So as you think about the things of love, now, that was at 28, 27. Love mine. Now, while you was going out, what makes up love? How did he or she treat you? It had nothing to do with how much money they spent on you, their income. That's why love is binding. We are binding love. We're not allowing love to work for us. That person treated you good. So as we say, we put a brownie point or we put a check mark. It had nothing to do with their income yet. I want to start I want us to come down until it could come back into love. No more binded to love, because binding, that's a structure. That's a trap. We don't want to be trapped no more in love. We want to know what love feels. We want to start understanding, getting our children to understand, the young people we are around to understand what does love mean. Okay, now it didn't require that income. You went out and then what else what you was doing with each other? You was enjoying one another. See, that had nothing to do that he took you to Six Flags. He took you to Bali. He took you on a $2,000 trip. Nothing with money yet. See, we going away. See, now if in your mind, these things are mattering to you, you got to start now. And now if that's all you want in your life, because you can go on a trip, he can pay for this, you can pay for that. Y'all can go. If that's what love make up for you, that's cool. But I'm not going to show my daughter and son because now here goes that other part. I'm doing all those things, but I'm treating their mother bad. I'm out there with other women. See, nobody's talking about this anymore. And these guys now that's telling their daughters, a man supposed to get you everything in the world, he's supposed to take you everywhere. He ain't talking about his in between time with her mother or his son. Now it's not a diss to him, but he's not talking about how he was talking to other women. See what I'm saying? Because if he was enjoying their mother, he don't need a need for. And this is the part where we're not talking about. But these are the men telling our young daughters, these young girls that speaking online, they're players, they're game players, they manipulators. It's easy for a man that got a whole bunch of women go on dates because I'm quite sure some of those other women going to give him money. See, a man that's interested in the woman, and when you are interested into a woman, or in a woman that's interested in a man, it has nothing to do with what they're giving them. The give is from their heart. You're showing your character, what you value, your morals, your ethics. See, they're showing their daughters all of these things and telling them, but they showing their mother because you're older. And at most people ages, by the age 36 and 40, that's when you come into your time of wealth because now you're a little brighter, you're a little smarter. So now you think about that. So as we think about love, we're not supposed to bind love. We're supposed to make up, create, form, and build. Now, again, I spoke about your career. Do your career matters on how he's going to love you? Think about it. Or how she's going to love you. Should it matter? In most cases, no. But when we look at society, when they are binding us into love, they telling you now your career matters because career matters come with that same value of what we're valuing. That's nothing to do with love, money, income. He make 30,000 a year. He's not good enough for a relationship. Why isn't he? She is working on her degree. So when she gets done with her degree, she's going to have debt. So we're no longer extracting love from love. We're trying to extract, how to put it again. If you put water and oil together and you put them in a jar, eventually the oil is going to go to the bottom of the jar and it's going to push the water to the top of the jar. Which one, when you want to drink water, is you going to want that oil water or are you just going to have all water? And most people, if you're thirsty, you don't want to drink oil. You want to drink water. So you're going to only go for water. So how are we going for love and everything else at the bottom of the jar and you're going to pour me a jar of oily water and then tell me that this is going to work? And then that's why the divorce rate is so high because we're trying to create love from things that love never came from. So I hope this helped someone. I hope this helped you think about. I want to guide and challenge you. As I say, I don't want to tell nobody what to do. I want to guide and challenge people to think about all the things that the past have taught us, the traditions. It's great that if a guy can, but if that's not his way of showing you love, and you're expecting love all the same way, as I said in the beginning, we're gonna have a whole bunch of single people. But we gotta remember as well, as I said, and as we both know, besides what I say, love start first with you. If you don't love yourself, I don't care how many women you have. I don't care how many men you have. I don't care how many people around you and surrounding you. They can say, I love you all day. I'm in love with you all day. But if you cannot look yourself in the mirror, take a mirror. The mirror is the most revealing object on this earth. Even though back in the day that when before it was created, they say when we started taking images of ourselves, that's almost demonic. But this is the only time I will recommend a mirror, if any other thing, because the reflection of yourself. And they always ask this question: would you want to date yourself? Would you want to be with you? And for me, I'd always say yes, because I've always been the type of person. I don't really want to be with myself, but you get to understand it from it. I've always been the type of person. I love to reflect. Everything I'm saying to you came to me, and I reflected on it for me first. I had to ask myself, okay, she can't cook and clean, but does that really matter? Even at 36, I'm 36 now. Even at 36, no, I've never done a lot of things, but I don't expect no woman to understand me because I got to understand myself first. So when she asks me the questions or she looking at my actions, even if I don't excite her for love, she don't want to be with me, I still have to be the best version of myself to myself. So as I look in that mirror, I have to be able to tell myself I love me. I have to know, because when you think about it, if when you wake up in the morning and you come home, the items in your house don't show you love. You did. You said I worked hard today. I say pride. They say pride is wrong. Pride to me is a great thing to have because it shows that you got some care. Like, wow, I care if that got clean. I care if that person got fed. I care that this floor is not dirty. I care that this house don't stink. I took care of it. Look at it. Wow, I'm impressed. It's some type of it leave an impression on you that you appreciation. And that's another one I want to do. That's the part 2 of the Power of Oneness, the series. I'm gonna go over that. If I have the energy, I'm gonna do that one later, the spiritual energy for that one. But I want you to just think about love in all its aspects. Are we binding to love? Or are we looking to be in love, with love, of love? Because if your love is only made to bind, good luck on your relationships. Good luck with caring about yourself first, and good luck with caring with somebody. Because when love happens, you want to give, you want to reciprocate, you want to show that person or even yourself that I care more about me. And this is one thing that the creator gave me before I get off. I was seeing a lot of even posts, and creator gave me one. This one will be very strong. I'm gonna show why what happened between the black diaspora, quote unquote, African descended people in America, diaspora of the man and woman, of what is causing us to go away from each other. You're gonna be very shocked. It's gonna be little by little though, different parts. So think about all the love in you. And I had lost my train of thought. So what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. Be the best version of yourself every day. Keep working on your affirmations. I am good. I am strong. Your reinforcements and your empowerments. I love me. I can do it. I am great. Today was the past. Become stronger than the day you were before. My new me is better than my old me. You're not a different person, but your train of thought, your mind, you challenge yourself. You did all the best possible things for you. But even within love, you did the best you can do. And that's why I don't cry about it. I don't get mad anymore. I just speak upon it. I want to have a children. I want to be able to kneel and put my grace on a woman to put her grace on me. And we come together and we become the completion of life. If not, I would love to meet ladies that I don't got nothing to do with sex or nothing, just to be my best with. They can be honest. We can be open. So have a great day. May your day be great. Prosperity, love, and be happy. Say la.